Welcome to Camera Ready Events Podcast, the home of everything TV and film for young aspiring actors.
Have you ever wondered how the Hollywood, TV and film industry differs from the way we work in the UK and Europe? Well, on today's episode of Camera Ready, we are going to explore that through the eyes of British actors who've actually experienced it with Camera Ready. I'm Carol. This is Lauren, who has actually just arrived from LA, where she lives with her husband and 2 children.
As Carol said, I'm Lauren. I just arrived from LA, so I am pretty jet lagged. But I'm really excited to be here today, and we're really excited to have our first guests. As you probably guessed, we're mother and daughter. We laugh a lot. We finish each other's sentences. But we each have a unique role in Camera Ready, and I think the way we work just makes it really special and brings it together. You know, it feels like a family every time we do it. I moved to LA 17 years ago. I went to do a movie and kind of in some ways never came back. And that's where the idea for Camera Ready started. So we've been doing Camera Ready for 15 years now. And yeah, it's great every single time.
And that said, we are delighted to welcome to Camera Ready our first guest, Abbi Gibbs.
Hello,
Great
Carol.
to see you,
Hi, it's
Abbi.
lovely to see you again.
And you came on the very, very first trip to Los Angeles of
Yeah.
Camera Ready 15 years ago, almost 16 years ago now,
Yeah.
at the age of 10. Tell us a little bit about that and how that came about.
Oh, honestly, it was a dream. It was an absolute dream come true. You know, a little 10-year-old being told to go into LA to do all kinds of professional industry workshops and have that experience was just absolutely phenomenal. You know, being able to do voiceover lessons, script writing workshops, Millennium Dance Centre workshops. It was just incredible. Auditions, just the best, one of the best experiences of my life. Yeah.
Oh.
And you had these workshops, you met all these casting directors like Disney, NBC, Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
How does that feel for a 10-year-old?
I just remember being in the audition suite with a script, ready to go in for this audition and thinking, is this actually real? Like, it just didn't feel real. And to look back on it, I think, did that actually happen? Like, what an incredible experience for anyone, never mind a 10-year-old, you know. Incredible. Yeah.
We were just talking about it this morning, that very first trip, and like how much fun
Yeah.
it was and how much we did, you know, and
Yeah,
like it was the
absolutely.
very first one, and
And
it just
also,
was like
everybody was watching the OC at the time. It was all the rage.
yeah.
And we even went down to
Yeah,
Laguna
yeah.
Beach, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
And
Laguna
the bus
Beach.
broke And the bus broke down on the way back, and the police had to come and rescue us.
Oh no, that was funny.
Oh, yeah.
So, but on the trip, you performed at the opening of the Chinese American Film
Yeah,
Festival
we
at the
did.
Directors Guild on Sunset Boulevard. And you also had a ballet solo with an
Yeah.
intricate lift. Like, how was that, and how was that experience?
Oh, honestly, you know, as a little 10-year-old me, I wasn't the most confident child, as you know, and it was nerve-wracking, but to even perform there, never mind to have a solo and be able to be lifted, and you know, it was incredible. It just was such an emotional experience at the time, but I felt so valued and so appreciated. So just thank you, you know.
Oh,
That solo meant everything to me at the time, as you can imagine,
What
you know.
were the nerves like? Because it was in front of the world's press.
Yeah. Oh, I remember being terrified, but in a good way. I always say, you know, if you're not nervous, you don't really care anymore. And I still get nerves to this day now. You know, I'm 27 years of age. I'm a nervous wreck for anything, even performances and things. So, but the nerves were incredible.
yeah.
Were
You
in
remember
a
the
good
guy-
way.
The guys that had the earpieces in, and we all like
Yeah.
were outside of the theatre, and they like
Yeah,
counted
yeah.
it down, and then
Yeah,
they
yeah.
go in. It's like
The red carpet and
Yeah.
it's just amazing. Yeah.
And then you went on to work for Disney, and now
Yeah.
you are a tutor at Lipper.
yeah.
And
yeah.
tell us about that journey.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I know that you had a lot of things to deal with during that time.
Yeah. So I went on to study at Preston College. I ended up pregnant in my first year of college at 16. It was a whirlwind, is the only way I can describe it. It was a whirlwind of emotions. You know, my dreams are crushed. You know, the best thing, but also the worst thing that could have happened at the age of 16. I'd never change it for the world ever now. But then I managed to get my degrees. I managed to audition for Disney. You know, my mum took me along to the audition in London and said, oh, we'll give it a go. You know, hundreds of people there. Didn't think I'd ever get it for Disney Cruise Line. And then when I got that email, I was sitting in the bath, actually. I never got out of the bath quick enough. I jumped out. I said, Mom, I've got it. And it was, okay, well, now, you know, what do we do? We've got a son here, you know, what do we do? And, you know, all I want to say is I can't thank my parents enough for being that support system and saying, you have to go and follow those dreams. You were made for this, and that's what you'll do.
And that's what, you know, parental support. I don't think they get enough credit,
no,
you know, for what they have to do.
I think once you become a mom as well, like
oh, for sure,
you
and
realise,
then, and you've gone on to get, you know, a BA in performing arts and an MA in dance, and all of this while raising your son. Tell us a little bit about Theo, because he's taking his first steps into the industry.
Well, he recently got to the final few for Mary Poppins UK tour as Michael.
Oh, wow.
He unfortunately never got it, but he really enjoyed the experience. And then also Matilda as well for Nigel.
Oh, my daughter wants to be in Matilda. She's only 4, but she watched it on the West End, and that's it every day.
Oh, that's so
she
cute.
dances around. She does all the moves. She keeps asking me how she can be in Matilda.
Oh, that's so cute. And then HBO Harry Potter series as well. He got quite far in that. So he's not made his big break yet, but he's persevering. Bless him, he's persevering. He's only 10 himself. So
tell us about how it feels to be on the other side of it now as the parent.
Yeah. Oh, honestly, I think I'm more nervous than him. Like, I can't even imagine how my parents are feeling that, you know, when we were young, because I'm more nervous than he is. Honestly, he's like that. Oh, Mum, I've got this. You know, I'm made up. I can't wait to be in front of casting directors, and I can't wait to sing and show them what I've got. And I'm like that. Okay, yeah, just do your best. It doesn't matter either way, you know. And I think it is about perseverance. I think life is about perseverance, and you know, you do make your break eventually, and he will. He will, yeah.
And you've gone on to create your own dance academy, and I can't think of anybody better placed who's seen both sides of it, and also, you know, the struggles to get there. Tell us a little bit about the academy.
So I started the academy during lockdown. I was putting on free classes for students online just to keep them going, more to keep myself going as well, really, because obviously cruise ship industries, it wasn't as great or whatever, and I knew that Theo was starting school. I decided I wanted to settle down. So I started that during COVID, and then we've got just over 200 students now, and you know, we've just managed to get our own premises. You know, we've been going for 5 years now, so we've just managed to get our own premises in Garston Village now, called AGA. We've got 4 gorgeous studios. We've got a singing studio upstairs, a lovely cafe. And honestly, it's a dream come true. But
you do all the silks and stuff too,
yeah,
right?
all
I was showing my daughter, and she's like, "Can I go?"
We're in the process of building a new aerial studio in there with all the proper rigging and things like that. As we speak, it's currently being built. So
it sounds amazing.
It's really exciting. Things to look forward to.
So you've gone from going to Los Angeles as a child actor, looking to the future, and now you're nurturing the talent coming through. You know, the future of this entertainment industry. It's amazing. How can people find you, and how do they get into the classes?
So we are in Garston Village, next door to KFC, opposite Dunelm. But we have a website. We have Instagram handle, Abbi Gibbs Academy. So you just book online, and you just come along for a free trial week, see how they get on before committing to it. We don't like to say, oh, you know, you've got to sign up from the get-go. Just see if they like it first.
We love that, because it is an industry of trial and error. You know, I've been in this industry for 55 years. I got my first job with Ken Dodd when I was 11. So I'm getting very old now, and it's sort of coming up to passing on the mantle to all of you guys.
Still look the same.
But it's just
me from teaching you all those years ago, and watching you were an amazing dancer, even as a small child, you know, and to see how far you've come, and to see, you know, just asking you before, like, how many people there are there now. It's incredible, and it's amazing to see, like, you do so well, to see everyone do so well, that especially from that very first camera ready, and see what people have gone on to achieve. And you know, some people do stay within the industry and some people don't. But I think these things just give you, you know, so much, and they give you a confidence that, you know,
and we've
you wouldn't
morphed from doing all of those the casting director workshops. We still do them, you know, and they meet lots of casting directors. In fact, we're doing New York in October. But we do now a lot of short films with our courses, and we always make short films that have an impact, so we can, you know, look at social issues, and the teenagers and children themselves tell those stories. If you were telling anyone, if anybody asked you, you know, why would I go on Camera Ready, and would it be worth it, what would you say to them?
it's an experience of a lifetime is the only thing I can say. I'd say go for it. Go for it. Get the experience behind you. You know, it's still on my resume today. You know, it was incredible, and I think you'll always, even the memories, you know, you'll hold those memories with you forever. It's one of the few things I remember from my childhood, but I remember it like it was yesterday. Even just friendships, bonds, connections, you know, everything. It's so important in the industry. Everyone knows everyone. It's so important to build those bonds and those connections.
And to be supportive.
Exactly. Yeah.
Abby, thank you so much. It's
Thank you
so
for
good to
coming.
see you
Oh, no
and to
worries.
see how, you know, you've gone on to do so much and how much you're giving back to the industry.
Oh,
Thank you again.
Thanks for
Thanks,
having me.
Abbi.
Thank you.
Our next guest is a huge talent who has been described by a top casting director as being so charismatic, she is infectious. Please welcome Nuala. Oh, we're so happy to chat to you today, Nuala.
Thank you for having me.
Now, you've been on several of the Camera Ready events in different places around the world. But first, tell us a little bit about you.
So I started in the industry at age 8. I started as a model first. And mum and dad saw how confident I was in front of the camera, so they thought, let's get her into acting. So we found an acting agent, and when I started to get self-tapes and auditions, I realised how fun it was, and I developed quite a deep passion for it. Like, I just love reading different scripts and embodying different characters. And at a young age, I also had a big interest for accents.
And I understand you also do British Sign Language and American Sign Language. Tell us a little bit about that.
So I started that 3 years ago now, I think, British Sign Language, and then last year I started to learn bits of ASL as well. So my cousin has these deaf neighbours, and we wanted to be able to communicate with them, but also there's a lot more movies coming out nowadays with including sign language, so we thought it'd be a good skill to learn. So every Saturday I have an hour lesson, or it's every Sunday, it depends on what fits our schedules. An hour lesson and we learn different vocabulary. We get to do different dialogues, like write my own dialogues in sign language. And yeah, I love doing it. Very fun.
Amazing.
really good.
Yeah. And the first Camera Ready that you did was in London, and it was a pilot, and you played a character who was actually an actor who was bullied on set. How was that?
I'd say it was quite impactful to be a part of such a deep storyline, because there's a lot of situations nowadays like this, and they seem to be normalised when it shouldn't be. It's it seems to be normalised, putting people down, being negative towards each other, and I don't think that should be the case. I think we should be uplifting each other and encouraging each other and being positive towards each other. So to be a part of a storyline like that and shine a light on these types of topics, I think it was so incredible to do that.
Right.
Yeah. And then last summer you filmed with Camera Ready. You did the award-winning movie I Am Enough, and you played a teen with bipolar disorder. So how important was the role and the success of the film to you?
It was quite emotional being a part of such a big, deep film like that, and because so many young people tend to not talk about the struggles and issues nowadays with mental health, like teenagers, young children. So I think it was very important to, again, spread awareness about these types of struggles like bipolar, eating disorders, self-harm, to let people know that they can talk about it and it is okay to find help.
Right.
And I absolutely loved being a part of it. Even though it has such a heartbreaking message, it's also a powerful one. And it's good to shine light on these topics and spread awareness about it.
Right. And we're talking very much today about Camera Ready taking British actors to Los Angeles. And you did that last October. And you filmed a short film in a old movie theatre on Hollywood Boulevard. Tell us a little bit about that and how you found LA.
It was so surreal, out of this world. It was amazing to be at the Hobgoblin Playhouse. It was literally incredible and very exhilarating and lots of fun, because in LA you see that's where all the mega movies are, the mega stars. So to be able to film in such a big place like that was absolutely insane. Definitely a one in a lifetime experience I will never forget.
Right. And tell us a little bit about Nuala's plans for the future. What are you doing right now and where is everything moving towards?
So at the end of August next week, I'm filming a short film about knife crime in London, which I'm very excited to do. Just been learning the script, learning the character, reading through it. So I'm very excited for that. And then in October in New York, we've also got the next short film with Camera Ready. And I'm very excited for that to be in New York. I went to New York in 2020, so it's going to be so surreal to be back there again, and I can't wait.
Amazing.
And tell us about what you're doing in your life now as you pursue a career in performing arts.
So last April, around after Easter half term, I joined a new school called Nazine Danielle School of Performing Arts. And it's been so great to be there. It's so different from a normal school. And I think everyone should be able to experience like doing what they love every day. So we get to like do what our passion is and not just like learning academics. It's great to be in the vocational studies too and learning new and different things
Yeah, I
every
think
day.
that's really special.
Yeah.
Everyone, has a different thing that they're good at and that they like, and not everyone, as much as you need to learn, your English, your maths, all of that, not everyone, that's the thing that they're good at,
Yeah.
and I think it's really good to get to do some of the things you love, like performing alongside learning the academics, and it's really great that you found something that fits really well for you.
Yeah, it's so great.
And I think, you made a really big impression on the Disney casting director that you met in LA. And he was going on so much about being a triple threat. And I think that's what you do at school right now.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so great to like learn all these like new things, because I only started out as an actor. I did a little bit of dance when I was younger at Lipper, but then COVID came around and we had to stop. So it was great to like get back into it again and like learn lots of new skills.
Yeah.
What's the ultimate goal for Nuala going forward?
I love to get in a big Netflix series. That is like the dream. Anything like along Stranger Things, like Adolescence, it's so incredible. Like them shows are absolutely insane. I love watching them. So to be in one of them would like be absolutely surreal.
So I think following on from what you've done with Camera Ready, which is making impactful TV, is that
Yeah.
fair to say?
Yeah,
Yeah?
definitely.
Thank you so much for coming in to talk to us today, Nuala. It's been absolutely
It
brilliant.
really has.
you for
Thank
having me.
you.